Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Guten Morgen. I'm just trying to get ready because I have to go to work now. I've just also instructed my Killian's nanny to prepare him too, because usually today is Saturday, and usually on Saturdays I go with him so that he can have play date with okay, main reason why I have to go with him to work is because his nanny goes for her church choir practice on Saturdays. So usually she comes home in the evening. She comes home in the evening, but on her way home, she picks him up from my work. And also I've noticed that my little nephew don't like indoors. He gets so sad when he's indoors. Like he watches cartoon, and then when a certain time comes, he gets so bored, and he just keeps telling me, let's go somewhere, let's do something, let's go. So I feel like today is the day that it's gonna be good for him to sort of go and hang out with my landlord at work. You know, the lady whom I'm renting the shops from. She lives behind my work, and she's got grandkids that Killian usually loves going to play with these kids. So it's good for me to just give him that time to go and play, because he's kind of home alone and he gets really bored when he has to stay at home. So that's good. I have not really filmed much this week because I was so busy. I have I think I mentioned to you guys that there's a business I'm opening, a new business, and I had to actually do renovations and all that. And the place that I am actually opening the business at, remember guys, I told you guys a story about a lady who was poisoning the girls who work for me. She poisoned the other one, the other Violet, because when I was at the hospital, that girl hanged out with with this woman a lot. And then I came back from the hospital, her attitude totally changed and she was misbehaving and all that. And I noticed that this woman was obviously talking to her and poisoning her mind, because I noticed that after she also started poisoning the lady that I'm currently with mind, telling her to steal from me and all that, and not to give me the money if she works when I'm not around and whatnot. But the lady I'm working with right now, felt the need to tell me, which I appreciated. I'm just cleaning my face because I want to put on cream. don't usually put on cream at night when I'm going to bed, because I feel like at night is when your skin and the old cells need to regenerate. So no need to block your pores. Just let them breathe as they regenerate. All these bullshit night creams and whatnot is very not necessary at night. So in the daytime is when the skin has to face the harsh weather, harsh conditions. That is when you actually need to put something in it. Yeah, so that anyway, the lady who used to be that lady, the same lady, actually managed to facilitate, like to steal money from a lot of people in my work area. Like she was borrowing and lending money in thousands, tens of thousands, obviously from people that she's established good relationships with, and they trusted her with a lot of money. Money was almost going to 200K, and she sort of just disappeared one day without notice. She gathered all the money from people, packed up at night, and left the business premises. And then, obviously, the people whom she stole from, she borrowed money from and disappeared, changed his contacts, actually switched off her phone and all that. Those are the people who are nowadays coming to sort of tell us that the woman has. Let me bring my cream. We sort of noticed after a lot of people came around the area to claim that she stole money, like they are looking for her. She had a quite established, maybe you guys want to see. This is just a Victoria's Secret body mist. Nothing special. So this lady decided to like sort of vacate, but then run away with people's money, a lot of money. So her shop became vacant, and the landlord actually called me as soon as it became vacant and asked me if I'd like the shop. Initially, I'd have loved the one right next to me so that I can just expand, like I merge the two shops, my current shop and the one next to me, but someone is actually occupying that one next to me. So, but I still needed to open a business, so I decided to take the one that lady has just vacated. I'm actually just putting some water in my feet before I put cream. Before I put the this Valon thingy, the petroleum jelly. You guys, the schools, yeah, so that's what has been happening. So I'm opening a business. I'll talk to you guys about it when it's already underway. So today the renovation is actually finishing. Ooh, my head, I have some headache. The reason why I decided to take that shop is because the street have a lot of potential. I've been in that street for like 1 year now, and it doesn't do bad. Like, we make profit and all that. I don't take rent money from my pocket. It comes from the business pays itself off. I also have profit from it. So yes, there's actually a lot of people. You guys, in Kenya, in Africa, it is impossible to smell bad. Impossible is an understatement, because we have these perfumes that usually get sold in shops. These perfumes, they just sort of mix for you different scents in this small bottle, and you just like put it on. It's impossible. Like, usually if I send someone smelling bad, I'm like, how is it possible? It's only 100 Kenya shillings to get this one, half of this too, and it lasts you a long time. Like, I don't get why some people, anyway. But there are some people, let me not say that, because there are some people who cannot even afford that 100 bob. I can say for sure, because even me, there used to be a time that I could not afford that. So yeah, that's the reason why I've been sort of busy, and I've been busy to an extent. One of my guy friends, a guy friend of mine, was like sort of calling me for me to go on a road trip with him. And I'm like, I don't have time for that. Like, I don't understand. Like, if I have to go on a road trip with you, how exactly is that gonna work? A road trip means that I have to spend in a hotel. And I just don't believe in platonic relationship with men. It's just not me. I just believe that men usually see women as some unfortunately, that's where the world is heading. Men see women as sex objects. So no matter how friendly you can be with someone, they can sort of try something with you. And when you have to go on a road trip, that means that someone is inviting you to go on a road trip with their car, their Porsche car. So it means that you're basically supposed to go and be with them in a hotel room, or what? How does that work? How does that work? The people who go on road trip with male friends, how does that work? Do you sleep with them in the same rooms in the hotel, or what do you do? I don't understand. So I turned that down because I'm busy. I don't want to be too available for these male motherfuckers. I have had enough of being too available to people. My time is precious. I've put on a lot of this body mist, usually evaporates so fast, and I don't want to put it on my skin because it's cold. And it rained last night. Last night I was just thinking to myself, you guys, there's a lot of things to be worried about and to be sad about in life. I know sometimes life is unfair for people and all that, but the enemy always wants you to look at the negative side of life, so that you never have anything to be grateful for. I mean, we take a lot of things for granted, you guys. We take so many things for granted. We wallow and only focus on the things that we don't have now, instead of enjoying what we have. And I was just thinking to myself that you guys, literally less than 10 years ago, I was so miserable, you guys. And I'm saying this because I want to sort of encourage somebody. I want somebody to to get this. I know that life can be tough for some people, but somehow life usually makes a way out of no way. There's just a way. God, I don't know if you guys are religious. I'm not a religious person, but I believe in a higher power, which I name it God, the creator of the universe, the one responsible for how the universe is functioning, the one responsible for everything that is going on right now. My heart is pumping, my organs are functioning well, nothing is paining me. I believe in that person who is responsible for that. I don't believe I'm able to sustain myself by my own might and power. I believe there is a God who is responsible for all of this. And I was just saying to myself, so many people are in pain, and we take life so for granted until when you get to be in that place where these people are at. And sometimes putting yourself in that people's shoes and imagining what life could be without 1, 2, 3 makes you humble yourself. And I know that, all that gibberish that I might say, so many people are sick in the hospital, la 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 la, and all that. I know that you guys know what I mean by there's a lot of things to be grateful for. And personally, I've just come from a background where I was extremely miserable, you guys. Extremely miserable. When I tell you miserable, that is just an understatement, because it was so bad to an extent. I literally was sleeping on church bench, and a church bench, because I was just like looking for a church so that I can have shelter in a church. No place called home. Someone might ask, what happened to you, where you came from, your family? Literally, my mother never had a place called home, and I just couldn't see myself being past 18, living in my mother's, mud house where it was like holes and rainy inside. She was sharing this one sleeping place with chicken and all this poverty everywhere. I couldn't see myself, so I opted to come to the city and try to find a way out of something. I didn't opt for prostitution because that was an option for me, but I didn't do that. But I opted for finding work, like labor work, small works. But after you finish those labor work, basically mine was, I was washing for people clothes in Eastleigh area. And then I found girls who were using, like cleaner at the daytimes. You go sit on a stone, you find somebody who is looking for someone to clean for them, they pick you up, you go clean massive kilograms of clothes, and then you get paid for that. And then you can go sit back on usually me, I used to just wash for one person. I get my 600 Kenya shillings. That's like $6 or $5. Then this could help me pay for my accommodation, because I used to stay in Gikomba, where these women traders usually like sort of stay in a hostel where they were just given an empty tin house with a concrete floor, so you could find anything to put on the floor to sleep on. And that place that you're sleeping on used to go for 30 Kenya shillings, and obviously they had water and and very dirty. Like, that's the life I used to live, guys. So I did that for quite some time, because it was impossible to work for people, because I didn't get luck with that either, working for them as a domestic worker in-house. The domestic workers that live inside these homes with these people, it used to be impossible for me, because I don't understand, I just couldn't get it. I don't understand the fact that their men always wanted to sleep with me. I don't understand their men always are trying to hit on me, and the ladies always seemed to find me as a threat. And plus plus I was coming from a very broken background, and I was very defensive, very argumentative, very rude, very like I just didn't want to be controlled in anybody's house. So I opted out of doing such a job, and I sort of say, let me just do this manual work. And this is a very long story, you guys, but I just want to say something. How I felt last night. How I felt last night. I was just feeling, there's just this overwhelm. I was so overwhelmed by gratitude, you know. I came back home from work, and I reached home, and I have a warm house to come back to, and you know, and everything is furnished, and it's warm, and it's mine, and it's mine, like fully paid for, guys, fully paid for. I'm not paying any loans, nothing like that. Like, it's mine, like permanently mine for as long as I live. And I was just thinking to myself, how is this possible? Like, this is beyond me. I came home, ate the food, and came upstairs to, guys, I have my bedroom. Guys, those days when I used to wash for these people, the only people who used to have homes with bedrooms upstairs and downstairs, like, wow, those people who had made it, like, they were so rich to an extent you couldn't handle them. But look at me. I have an upstairs and a downstairs home. Who am I? What the hell? This is really not bragging by any means. I am not bragging, guys. I'm just telling you that this is how I felt. That there's a lot of things to be, you know, like sometimes I usually say there's this celebrity in Kenya who's called Akothee, and she usually laments and talks and talks. My hair costs this, my home costs this, I have home there, my children are schooling this, some of my children are in Europe, I fly first class, I am this, and I'm this, and I have these billions, and I'm a billionaire, and I'm this, and I'm this. You know, she talks about how this, you know, she always, but sometimes I usually catch myself thinking that, what is the need of her feeling like she has to always to tell people what she has? What is the need? And then I catch myself in my track, and then think to myself that, listen, sometimes people come from things, or like, they can never stop speaking about the things that they've come to attain or achieve. Like, it's just their way of, they are so grateful that they just feel. But there are people who think that, like, for example, this girl, the woman I'm telling you guys about, you would actually think that, like, she is a brag woman. She brags a lot. Yeah. When I came home yesterday, and I felt so much of peace, and it was raining outside, I was warm, everything was okay, bills are paid, everything is running in this house, there's food in our tummies, and the dogs are good, everybody is good around here. And I was just thinking that, do not ever think that situation that you are in currently can never change. The situations changes. As long as you have life in your lungs and breath in your lungs, situations can change. As long as you dare God, you know. Because me, I used to tell God, I don't understand why you say you're God, yet everything is happening to people around me except me. I mean, I want to see you for myself. I want to see this, like I want a testimony for myself. And when whatever happened, my life, you guys, if you watch my videos, you can always go back, watch my videos, how it all this came about and all that. I'm not gonna go back to that. But even when I went to, when I left Kenya and flew to Dubai, I was always thinking to myself that life was gonna be instantly great. It wasn't, because when I went, it was crazy. It was really crazy because we went via cheap labor and we were suffering and a lot of craziness, and we were cramped in one room. We were like 12 girls in one room, like a secondary boarding school dormitory. That is how people live in Dubai. And I was like, this is not the life that I signed. I thought that we were gonna live bush life. I mean, we came abroad, but that was far from reality. Reality was like, there also you had to also get yourself out. And if you didn't dream, and if you didn't trust and dream and believe in the potential that you can offer, and dare go seek for jobs that you didn't even think that you were qualified for, then you are just gonna keep being where you are. Like, literally, you have to, even if you don't have degrees and you don't have nothing, you just were going to convince these people that you are the best candidate for whatever job is being offered. I mean, you had to convince them for them to hire you. Because remember, in Dubai, it's not really even about the degrees and all that. It is about how good you are at convincing these people. And what is your attitude, and how are you basically relating to people when it comes to sort of, are you capable of being being a people person? Can you talk? Can you humble yourself? Because for me, yes, humbling myself is like, I learned it over time. I learned not to let my past painful experiences determine my future. So how my future was gonna turn out, because I can always turn out being angry and bitter and beat people around and all that, but it was never gonna get me anywhere. I had to humble myself big time and try to work with people of different backgrounds and nationalities, and I had to learn how to conduct myself in more etiquette and become like poised and have the what is it called, the discipline that this type of work environment requires. Then after that, of course, it has to do with a lot of learning. You cannot get anywhere with certain attitudes. Certain attitudes cannot get you anywhere in life. If you have that sticking rotten attitude where you think that you are better than everybody and you are smarter than everybody, and maybe you have degree from which law school and whatnot, and where, and you come from this kind of background, my friend, you have to humble yourself to be able to be lifted up in this life. Even right now, I am not bad off, but still, I am washing feet to earn money at the end of the day. I wash feet, and it's not like just I leave the feet to the other girl whom I've employed, and me, I just take fingers. I take feet, disgusting feet sometimes. I wash them. So long as this person gives me my $8 at the end of the service, I'm good. And the attitude also matters. Depending, men, your attitude, you don't have to be sat on, and nobody has to make you feel like worthless and nobody for you to, you have to know how to speak for yourself. I don't mean that your attitude is that you have to just let people sit on you, people spit on you, people, no. Even me, when I was working 10 years or 11 years of me working as a flight attendant, I didn't let anybody who worked with me knew that I was very like this, because I know my rights. But at the same time, I know my limits. I know whom I don't have to cross paths with. But even though coming from the background I came from, I felt like you had to fight to actually be heard. You had to raise your voice to be heard. You have to throw fingers to be heard. But then I realized that this was not going to get me anywhere. I had to humble myself as quick as I could for me to get along with people, for me to not get reports, for me to, so that I can just finish my contract, get the money, have something to call home for, and then leave the industry. But still, your attitude determines. Like I usually compare myself a lot with my sister's daughter, the one that stays with me, the one in final high school class. I usually think to myself that she will have to have a lot of training for her to even think of propelling in her life, because the attitude is just not giving. But I think that I still will have to talk to her, because I want her to be great. I want her to also go to Dubai and sort of find work there and better her life. But the kind of attitude that she is displaying of being lazy, not wanting to do anything, not listening, that is not an attitude that is going to take her there. But then at the end of the day, you will only help the person who wants to be helped. I'm here for her, I'm helping her at this point, but then at a certain point it will reach where I will let her know, you know what, you're now a grown up, you need to fly on your own. I will only teach until where I can, because at least she has somebody to lean on. Me or anybody else don't have. So anyway, guys, this video was not meant to go this far, but unfortunately my trail of thoughts usually go far and farther, and could also even just take even up to 1 hour trying to talk. But I'm just grateful. And that is all I have to say. That is all. With all this blabbing and talking too much, I'm just so grateful. And I'm so grateful to beyond me. It's beyond me. So let me read what you guys are saying quickly. I've seen that you guys have not really liked this video, but that's okay. If you don't want to like my video to give me motivations to keep coming back. Okay, so someone is saying you become a living testimony and an encouragement to others, and that is the goal. It's not bragging. Sometimes it's good to count your blessings, name them one by one, and see what God has done. Exactly. Good morning, Jaberu B. Chionade, Kenya. I wish you have a blessed day. Achio Maber Ahenya, I'm grateful. What do you find about opening a nail salon in Cape Town? What do you think about opening Lori, listen, nail business is one of the businesses that are looked down upon, but that business is very good business. Very good business. Just make sure that whoever you are employing to do nails do a good job, not a mediocre job, because a lot of people are in the business and they are very much mediocre. A lot of people come to my shop to fix the nails. I am not perfect at being nail tech. I didn't say I'm perfect, but I am good. I am actually good, but not perfect. But it takes learning experiences. You keep learning every single day. But then just open basic nail tech where you just do gel polishes without extensions. If you are not good at extensions, don't go into extensions until you know how to do extensions. Now I'm doing extensions. I'm not doing extensions with So open it. Don't refuse to open it. Open it, because it's very good business. A lot of people do their nails like crazy. People love to have groomed nails. So do it. Do it. Yes, I know the internet keeps buffing, but it shall be fixed. Greetings, Ruby and everyone. It's 12:45 here in USA. Gosh, you haven't slept yet. Let's see. So yeah, you guys, I'm so grateful. I'm extremely grateful. I know that there's a lot of people, and this is what I usually say, depending on what job, because some people have emailed me to ask me if it is they want to come from USA and they want to go to the Arab nations to try and find jobs, especially teaching jobs. There are some people who have emailed me regarding this, and let me tell you guys, I'm telling you this for free. If you want to earn quick money, if you want to make quick money, doing whatever you're doing, whether it is computer engineering, whether it is that you are an IT, or you are what else? You are a doctor, and nursing not so well, but a doctor and IT engineer. You can easily go into oil and gas business. Let me tell you something. People don't know. People think that the Middle East is a very bad place to work. To some extent, there are some professionals that really earn money, guys. And sometimes I feel like it's very sad in the US or in Canada or in or some other places in the world, because look at me, like, and this is not bragging, I've only been in Dubai doing the job that I was doing as a flight attendant, which was earning me good money, by the way. It only takes this one job for you to leave America. Stop paying too much tax that you guys are paying. Stop paying a lot of taxes in all these mortgages and all these student loans in this country where you are working from tooth and mouth. Whatever money you're making, the government is taking the more you're. The Emirates or anywhere in the Arab country, they don't charge so much money from you from taxes. This is one of the advantages. Sorry for raising my voice. This is the advantage, because I'm very passionate about this. This is one of the advantages of working in the Middle East, because there is a lot of quick money to earn from there. I'm saying professionals. For example, even in the flight attendant job, that is good money. You can easily earn a lot of money, tax-free money, because listen, these people pay your rent, they pay your transportation. You don't even have to have a car. They pay rent, they pay your transportation, they pay your utility bills. There is no tax. Your money is tax-free, depending on which country you're coming from, because I know that people from China, their government takes their money directly from the company. I mean, if your passport is linked to a certain country, you have to pay tax whether you like it or not. But according to me, I know that if you want to make, I know that there are people who are working in America as teachers, or even as computer engineers, as IT experts, and as whatnot, and the money they are making in Dubai is very much nothing. I mean, the money they are making in their countries is very much nothing compared to what they would make in Dubai. They make massive money. They are being provided for cars. They have big villas they are staying in. They have like all these benefits that is coming. Plus, your children are getting educated. Like some of these companies, majority of these good companies even educate 2 children for you. Your children are fully educated for you. It comes with a package. And then you want to tell me that someone is in Canada and someone is in, it depends, guys, it depends with the field that you're working. Because I know that as a flight attendant, your children, I think they educate 1 child for you. No, for the captains, for the pilots, you have an allowance for your children's education. I'm not sure for the cabin crew and whatnot, but I know for the cabin crews, they don't pay them for them. But you have housing allowance, you have medical. Guys, medical is actually fully paid for, maternity leave. So where will you be taking your money? If not cashing it and putting your money in the bag and building back home, and then you even without any mortgage. I mean, 10 years, 15 years living in Dubai, not 15, 12 years living in Dubai. Forget the 2 years that I spent working from hand to mouth in previous companies. But the rest of the companies, the company that I worked for is like, and there's more of such companies that pay you such good money that there is no way you will not be able to even pay up your house in less than 10 years time. There is no way. Pay it up fully, debt free. Even pay up your student loan. There is no way you will not have done that, working for these companies. So yes, the lady who emailed me, if you have an opportunity to go, I think she said that she wanted to go to Kuwait. She got a job offer there. Go. But just know that you have to put things like having children on hold, especially if you're not married. Because remember, if you're not married, it's against their law for you to have a child. You can fake marriage certificates and whatnot, but then you might be caught. So if you are past your childbearing years, and probably if you're married and you have children, even good for you. If you are not yet, I mean, you go and look at the situation and then weigh the options. But I think if you are still young, it's the best place job offers to take. Because who would have known that in less than 15 years I'd be a permanent homeowner, no mortgage, working just, no, nah guys, nah. Take up jobs in countries that are not drinking your tax and not having you basically a slave. You're working for the government. No, take up jobs with companies that, with countries that are not going to milk you out of your money like crazy. Like, yes, I am telling you guys for free, Dubai is a good place to work, depending on what company you're working for. Because remember, there's a lot of companies that look like that are bullshitting. But if you're working for a government company, you're well taken care of. Big time, big time. So anyway, you people, I have to go now. I'm getting late. Oh my God, I'm really getting late. Oh, I cannot see your charts. We pay federal taxes, social security, and other things come out of our paychecks here in the US. Crazy, 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 crazy. You're basically living for the government, honestly. Like, compared to the pals that are in the, I don't know, man. I don't know the situation there, but just it makes me sad that you guys have to pay for mortgage years and years and years. As long as you live, you have to work, pay mortgage. I mean, by 40, if it is good, by 40, 45, someone should actually retire and not pay mortgage anymore. I mean, retire and open your own business and not pay mortgage anymore. I mean, yeah. If you go to certain countries, like for me, by 45, I would not even be. No, anyway, guys, let me not talk too much about myself. Everything is good, and I'll see you guys on my video. Have a lovely day. Bye.